Good morning, children. Today we are going to read a poem on killing a tree written by Jeev Patel. Jeev Patel is not only a poet but he is also a painter and an environmentalist. In his poem On Killing a Tree, he speaks about deep concerns about nature and man's evil habits of cutting trees for selfish motives. The mood of the poem is satire and it, it is like an instruction manual for killing a tree. In this way, the poet mocks the habit of human beings about cutting the trees. Let's begin. First stanza. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide sprouting leaves. The poem starts by pointing out that it takes a lot of time to cut a tree. The simple act of stabbing it with a knife or an axe is not enough to kill a tree. It is not an easy job, as the tree has grown strong by absorbing many elements for many years. It has taken nutrients from the soil and it has absorbed sunlight, air, and water for a long time, and many leaves had grown on it. The hide or the bark of the tree is discolored. It does not have a pleasing color, so it is equated with a disease called leprosy. That is why it is called a leprous hide. Let us see. There is no rhyme scheme in the stanza because it is written in free verse. Enjambment is there in the stanza. Metaphor, leprous hide. Right? The hide, the bark of the tree is compared to a person who is having leprosy. Second stanza. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs, miniature boughs, which, if unchecked, will expand again to former size. In this stanza, the poet states that we need to do a lot of effort to kill a tree. According to the poet, a simple stab and chop will not kill the tree completely. It will, it will only injure the tree. The tree will suffer the pain and then it will become strong again. The fighting spirit of the tree shall soon retrieve its full strength, and with time the injured bark will heal and the tree will grow again. Green twigs, small branches will grow again on the tree. Consequently, the tree will grow at its full size again as it was before being cut or killed. Therefore, it is not easy to kill a tree with these measures. Again, there is no rhyme scheme in the stanza. Enjambment is there and metaphor is also there. Bleeding bark. Now, in this phrase, personification is also there and metaphor is also there. Bleeding bark. Bark cannot bleed. Human beings bleed. The tree has been personified, the bark has been personified. Actually, the poet is referring to the liquid, the sap which comes out of the tree whenever we cut it. Alliteration is also there, right? B and B. repetition of B sound. Next stanza. The root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied, and pulled out, snapped out, or pulled out entirely, out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed. The source, white and wet, the most sensitive, hidden for years inside the earth. Now, in the third stanza, the poet points out the exact manner through which a tree can be killed. As I have told you already, that it is a satire, it is not to be taken seriously. The poet states that to kill a tree completely, its roots need to be taken out of the deep soil where it is hiding inside the earth. The root is the strength of the tree. It gives support to the tree and its most vulnerable as well as the sensitive part. It needs to be snapped out entirely from the earth, where it will make a cave like structure. Right? When you will pull out a tree, you will have a cave like structure. The earth is its home from where you will pull it out. There is no rhyme scheme in this stanza as well. Repetition, pulled out word is repeated to lay emphasis that you have to pull out the root of the tree to kill it completely. Next stanza. Then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. In these last lines, the poet says that once the roots are uprooted, once the tree is uprooted, roots will get exposed to the sun and the air. The harsh scorching rays of the sun will damage the roots. The roots will start dying due to the heat. The roots will become brown. Earlier, when the roots were pulled out from the earth, they were white, they were moist, they had moisture, right? They were soft. But now, because of the sun and the air, the roots will become brown and soft, their soft surface will become hard and dry. After some time, it will start losing its shape and it will twist. Why it will twist? Because lack of the moisture will be there, right? In winter season, when there is no moisture, your hands also become wrinkled, your skin becomes wrinkled. In old age also, your skin becomes wrinkled because there is lack of moisture, right? So, lack of moisture results in twisting and wrinkling. Then the roots will wither and then finally the tree will die. In this poem, there is no rhyme scheme and enjambment is there because in the entire poem, the poet has described how to kill a tree, a process, right? So, many lines are continuing, many sentences are continuing in the last line. Now, in this poem, the poet has beautifully described the effort to kill a tree. And the last stanza summarizes it. It is the most important stanza of the poem in which the poet has told that how you will kill a tree, right? Roots have to be detached from the tree in order to kill it. Once the roots are detached, the tree starts dying slowly. The poet actually does not want us to uh, kill a tree or cut a tree. The poet is just mocking at our habit. It is a satire on deforestation done by human beings.